Hello everyone, it's Al Nygren from the New Jersey Film Festival, back to give you more information about our upcoming film program, which will be taking place this fall, 2015, at Rutgers University. The New Jersey Film Festival will run from September 11th through October 18th on select Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings at our state-of-the-art facility, Voorhees Hall, room 105, on the Rutgers College campus of Rutgers University, located at 71 Hamilton Street in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Over the course of the next few weeks, we'll have some filmmaker interviews with some of the films that'll be screening. And today, we have a very special guest. We have Laurie Rood here. She's the producer of a wonderful short film called Foster Dog. Welcome, Laurie.
Yes, thank you, Al.
So tell us a little bit about how you got involved in this film. And tell us about the film, too.
Sure. Lisa Alonso Villar and I met a few years ago at a film networking event in the city. The funny thing is the event was so loud that we couldn't even speak. It was like a club. It was like, you know, pumping club music. Yeah. So for a networking event, we found that kind of odd. So there was a group of us. We exchanged cards. And then I sent out an email. And Lisa suggested, why don't we get together at this certain Starbucks? And so about a dozen of us got together, just went around the room and talked about what we do. And then we were like, we have this connection. Yeah. So now what? And I found the 48-hour film project. Mm-hmm. So we ended up doing a 48-hour film within just, you know, a few months of meeting. Crazy,
crazy. But how did you get involved in making Foster Dog?
So she and I worked together on a few different things, and she is an incredible animal lover, and she works at a vet clinic and walks dogs and pet sits, and I'm an animal lover as well. She's more dogs, I'm more cats, to be honest.
Me too, me too.
Okay, good. And she's wanted to make a film. She's primarily a screenwriter and filmmaker, and really wanted to make a film starring her dog Rochester.
Oh, yes, Rochester is the friend of the handicapped dog.
Exactly.
Correct. Right.
Yes, and then she wanted to loop in all the dogs that she knows.
Right.
And she has a friend who has Finnegan, who is the star, who is the little disabled dog.
Right, so this disabled dog is looking for a home. He's being fostered by a family, and there's all sorts of trials and tribulations because his handicap is he has weird back feet. He walks funny.
Yes, exactly. And we found out in the film that he doesn't have kneecaps in the back. Right. So he walks funny, and you can see where people would be very nervous to adopt a dog like that. But he gets around really well.
It's funny because, you know, in my experience with animal rescue, which I've been doing for the last couple of decades, that the handicapped animals seem to draw more attention than the older senior dogs or cats. And, you know, it's very strange how that works. But it was a really heartwarming film. And what I liked most about it is that you have human voices talking for the dogs, but somehow they're not anthropomorphized, I think. Right. I mean, they sound like dogs talking.
Yeah, we had some incredibly talented actors.
Yeah, the voices are really wonderful.
Yeah, Stephen Friedman is a voice actor, and he's just outstanding. Yeah. And he voices Rochester, whose name in the film is Rochester. Right. And then the other one is an actor I've worked with before, Jose Restrepo, and he's been on Broadway, off Broadway, very wonderful talent. And I worked with him on a previous film. And he voices Henry, the younger dog, who's a little, who's very excited, but has a disability. So he's very nervous about being fostered.
And it feels that. We won't tell what happens at the end of the film, but we can say it's a feel-good movie.
Yes.
And at the same time, you know, there was obviously more. The reason for making this film was to make people conscious about trying to save animals' lives, and because so many of these animals that are in shelters are, you know, they don't make it because shelters that can only hold so many animals, and there's high kill rate at many of the shelters. So people, if you have animals and you have to surrender them, don't surrender them to a shelter. Look for no-kill shelters at the worst, or at the best, I should say, and try to find somebody else to adopt them. And I think that's perhaps one of the messages of the film.
Right, and then really to promote foster programs, you know, and we all have room in our hearts. Perhaps you have room in your home as well for an animal.
Yeah.
You know, I've fostered a number of different cats when I was very connected to my aging cat who had cancer.
Yeah.
And they say if you get another one, that extends their life. So I couldn't commit to another cat, but I could certainly foster.
Foster, yeah.
So that's how I got into
I'm a foster fail. I think I mentioned that to you before. I ended up fostering all these animals, and I couldn't give them away. So I have so many cats. But, you know, they all had disabilities in their own right, and they were, in some ways, we thought they'd have a difficulty being adopted. They're black, and one has a leg too long, one's on the chubby side, and that kind of stuff. But Foster Dog is a film that everybody should come and see, because of the performances of the dogs as well as these terrific voices. The film is set where?
It's in New York City, and we have some excellent footage of New York City as well. Our director of cinematography, Minos Pappas, is a Greek filmmaker, a Cypriot filmmaker.
Right. What's been the response at other festivals of this film? I mean,
people really want to come up to us and talk to us about how they can help when they see the film, and they share their stories about.
Well, our judges scored it very high, and you know, most of the judges, we have a two-tiered judging process. Our first one is done by interns. They kind of weed out the chaff from the rest of the stuff that we get, and then it goes to a more sophisticated jury, and it scored high in both of them. So you're in good shape. You know, the thing about our festival is it's a competition. And so now Foster Dog is in line for Best Short Film. So keep fingers crossed. We'll be announcing the winners on October 9th, I believe, which is the end of the competition part of the festival. Thanks so much for coming, Lori. We really appreciate you coming here. And I know that Lisa, the director of the film, is going to be coming and presenting the film, doing an intro and a Q&A. And your film is going to be the first of a two-part double bill. Foster Dog is the short that will kick off the program on Sunday, September 20th at 7 p.m., followed by All in Time by Chris Fetchko and Marina Donahue. They're also going to be interviewed as part of the series, so stay tuned for that. Again, the program begins promptly at 7 p.m. on Sunday, September 20th. There's free food courtesy of Jimmy John's of New Brunswick prior to the screening, and there's free parking next to the space too. So I hope you'll come and join us for this wonderful program. And thanks so much for coming, Lori. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Al. We're really looking forward to being a part of the New Jersey Film Festival.
Thank you.
Oh, look at this place. He's the new Foster?
Yeah, I guess that's me. They call me Henry.
I need water. I'll be right back. No way. I was Henry once with my first family.
We were both Henrys? Wow, that's really cool.